Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading of today, a Wednesday, here at MadWorldTarot. It's going to be a long reading, a bit of a strange one. It was inspired by a comment by Neil Sean about Doria, and that allegedly Doria was the reason why Harry went and visited that tattoo parlor in New York when he was visiting New York about a week or so ago. Time moves so quickly, I can't remember when exactly it was. He popped in, nobody knew if he got a tat or not, but apparently all thanks to Doria. Doria suggested it to him or told him to do it, and apparently according to Neil Sean, so we have to say allegedly and switch that allegedly light on, and it's going to burn brightly throughout this reading. Allegedly Doria is quite influential still in Harry's life when it comes to business decisions and life choices. Don't you find that interesting? So that was the first thing. Then we've heard about how Meghan feels haunted by the spirit of Princess Diana. She feels her presence constantly, to the extent that she feels genuinely possessed by the spirit of the late Princess of Wales. And this article goes on to tell us that since Harry left, she's felt abandoned. And she's drawing parallels, I'm sort of paraphrasing, she's drawing parallels between her marriage and the doomed relationship of the then Prince Charles and Princess Diana. And Harry apparently believes it because he told a friend of Tom Bowers when he was in London recently that Meghan is in touch with Diana, and Diana is assuring them that she supports them absolutely in everything they are doing. We've heard this story before. I've read on this story before, but I'm going to read on it again because it seems to be a very powerful narrative. Oh, let me tell you, this is the Mind's Eye Tarot that I'm using for this one. Mind's Eye Tarot, there you go. It seems to be a very powerful narrative, and we often wonder why Harry is still in a situation that has so clearly cost him a lot. It's cost him his relationship with his family, it's cost him his friends, it's cost him his reputation, it's cost him doing the royal stuff that he was really good at and he seemed to enjoy before Meghan came along with her mother. And so what's going on there? What's going on? We all think that by now he should have left. He hasn't left. Not we all. Many people think that the relationship is toxic. That they would both be better off possibly separated and getting on with their own lives as they now seem to be doing. So what is going on? I'm going to look at Doria and I'm going to look at Meghan and see what their hold over Harry is, each of them, how they achieve it, if they do have a hold over him. We're in the realms of speculation, of course, what their intentions are towards Harry. And then we look at Harry and how susceptible he is to this kind of thing, and how in thrall he is to both of them, each of them separately. And then if he's trying to escape, and I want to know about soul damage. That's a deep question. Soul damage that potentially has been done to him and whether he will escape. So as I say, it's going to be quite a long reading, quite an in-depth reading. I was also motivated to do it by a psychic and remote viewer. I just happened to stumble on YouTube Beverly Rhodes. She was on Sean Atwood's channel. I don't watch him usually, but it just popped up. And she said Harry is a target for darkness. That's how she worded it, so I'm just repeating what she says. And the company that he's currently keeping, shall we just say, is very into dark energy. And she didn't name either Meghan or Doria in that. I have to make it very clear. It was other company that he's keeping, so I need to make that very, very clear. That he, as I say, he's quite a high value target energetically, and that at some stage he would be free. So for what it's worth, I am putting that out there in this reading as well. Lots of cards to get through. I hope you can see them. It suddenly got dark as I started doing this reading. And I need to remind you, of course, that this is just tarot. and it is just for fun and entertainment. It is just my speculation, my opinion, and it is, of course, just energy that I read here, and there is a disclaimer in the box below. Please read it. Please do your own research, form your own opinions about all of this underlying energy of this mega reading. I have the Lovers and I have it in reverse. That's the split that we all suspect has gone on, possibly been ongoing for quite a long time. Some people say since the late Queen's death and the funeral and the events around the funeral, that it opened Harry's eyes at some level to what was going on in his marriage, and they separated themselves, but they're still together at some level. And that is what I'm looking at today. I'm looking at what is going on energetically that keeps him in this situation. Not to say that he's innocent in all of this. That's my personal opinion. He's not innocent in all of this. I don't think someone can really grab you like that energetically if there isn't a part of you that is susceptible to being grabbed. We're going to ask that question. Lovers in reverse is splitsful. I brought the Justice card in reverse out as well. It's a divorce card. But there is something else about this Lovers card that I want to talk about. It's injustice. It's unfair means of accomplishing something. The Lovers in reverse can also mean that somebody has an unhealthy hold over someone else, and fair, the opposite of fair in this context for me as an energy reader would be foul. And fair is foul and foul is fair. And I think we are seeing that in our world right now. We're seeing it being exposed. So the situation we're dealing with today, we're dealing with the King of Wands in reverse. That's Harry's energy, and it's in reverse. It's the red-headed energy, the red-headed high status male, which was spoken about actually in that thing that I referenced before. With a remote viewer, precisely what she was talking about is in reverse, in his fall, in his shadow aspect, being brought down. The positives of that energy of the King of Wands, which is very vibrant and creative and inspiring, and we've seen that aspect of Harry previously being brought down and brought into its opposite. So let's have a look on this dark tarot table. First of all, Doria, and of course this is all allegedly and my opinion. Let's have a look at what hold she has over him, over Harry. What hold does she have? The Seven of Cups. It's in reverse. It's a substances energy, and we know that she's quite into her substances. And so there it is, Seven of Cups, Neptunian energy, very much. So that is it. It's in reverse, the card. I think it's because it's extra. I think that is the route that she has used. That's why he likes hanging out with her, I'm sure. So he thought it was really cool when he could fire one up in front of his mother-in-law. Certainly, I'm sure, couldn't fire one up in front of anyone in the royal family. So that's my opinion, that's my speculation. Seven of Cups in reverse is very much a substance card. So how does she achieve her influence over him? I'm kind of doubling up on these questions because I really want to see if I get consistent answers. So how? So we've already got that answer. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. That's a money card and a business card and a work card. How do you spend your day? What do you spend your energy on? And there's lots of speculation that he spends a lot of time in the substance energy, shall we just say. Pick my words carefully. But Neil Sean said, and we'll say allegedly, that Doria advises Harry about business matters and work and all of that, and he trusts her in that area. So that's interesting that the Eight of Pentacles has shown up as how does she perhaps influence him, and we can only speculate that she is, and it's in that area of work and business and how your day-to-day life, your how you spend your day. Interesting. So what are her intentions with Harry? Are they good intentions? Does she want the best for him? And we got the Star, and the Star is typically a very positive card of healing and hope and all of that, but it's a very spiritual card as well. And I'm talking about influences that are potentially spiritual. So I'm just going to say that about the Star card. It's the card of the soul, and the soul on its journey and the life path. I think something else going on here other than that. I'm leaving you to fill in the dots and draw your own conclusions very much in this reading. The Star also has acquired this level of celebrity in these royal readings for me, unfortunately. And I think Doria is quite attached to that Star energy at that base level of celebrity, that she enjoys hanging out with the celebrities that she's got in contact with through Harry and his connections. So Oprah, the Kardashians, that sort of level of celebrity that she seems to hang around with. We've seen her at events where she's been very happy to be photographed with those kinds of people. So there it is. Meghan. Her influence over Harry. We heard about the Diana stuff, and we got the Ten of Pentacles. This is about a status and where you belong in the royal family. And a lot of people speculate that she came in and thought it would be a popularity contest, and that she and Harry could become more popular than the then Cambridges, William and Catherine, and win the popular vote and be installed at the head of the institution, the Ten of Pentacles. So her influence over him is about status and about position in that family, the long-lastingness of it, because the Ten of Pentacles is about the future down through the generations. Install Harry as king of all creation and herself ruling by his side. That's interesting. It's not coming across as Mummy Diana. It's coming across as very ambitious in a material sense. We have two very materialistic cards on this table. The Eight of Pentacles, which is a huge money card. Famously, when it's in reverse for me, it's the grifting card. Let's just remind you. The Ten of Pentacles, the big money card in the tarot. This is... you get the crown jewels, you get the Duchy of Cornwall, you get everything. So that's her influence. It's materialistic. How did she go about this influence? We've been talking about Mummy Diana. Is something like that going to show up? I've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. She's working on him, undermining his mission and his purpose in the royal family. She took him away from it when it didn't work out. So I'm not getting the dark arts in here, if anyone was expecting that. I'm not getting that kind of energy. I'm getting very practical. I want this goal. I want to be the king and queen of all creation. So I'm going to take the Knight of Pentacles, which is Harriet's Earth sign prince, who was on his path, plod, as the spare, and I'm going to turn that all upside down, and I'm going to extricate him from the royal family and from this, where hierarchy is everything, the Ten of Pentacles, and plonk him somewhere else, where we can royal on our own terms. And so that's how she did it. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Didn't work out very well, did it? But anyway, that's for them to figure out. That's for us to know and them to figure out. My opinion, of course. And then I want to know her intentions as well. We've asked Doria's. Meghan's intentions. She wanted to rule. It's the Hierophant card. It's the high power, the high status, top of the institution in that hierarchy. The Hierophant is about steps going up to the top. She wanted to be top of the top of the top. She couldn't stand the fact that she had to curtsy to other people in the royal family, higher status women. She couldn't stand the fact that she had to walk behind people and they were always going to be second in command. She wanted to be top. And so this was the whole plan, was to create a rival royal court in California, and that was the intention there. So we've got two very big cards. Doria loved the celebrity angle. Meghan wanted to be queen of California and the world and the universe. So Harry, how susceptible is he to influence of these two women? Very. The Strength card in reverse, it couldn't be more obvious at an energetic level. It's about courage. It's about being wholehearted and open-hearted and powerful and strong in yourself. Self-mastery, self-confidence, courage, brave heart, all that stuff. It's in reverse. And so weak, feeble, vulnerable to predators who might be out and about. The perfect prey, you might say, because it's somebody who isn't strong in himself, somebody doesn't have the courage of his convictions, somebody who could be ill at some level as well, because upright, it's a card of health, wellness, and it's in reverse. So he's very vulnerable to anybody who comes along with somewhat negative intentions, you could say. And so I think fair game for them, and possibly spotted by what some people say is Megan's handler. We don't know that for sure. We can only speculate. Who hasn't been seen in a long time, our friend from Soho House. So Harry, how are we going to ask individually, how much does he subscribe to Doria's advice, and how much does he believe it? Is he swayed by it? Judgment. He bows down to her advice with the Judgment card. He believes it. He takes it. He gives it a very high value. Doria is his go-to person for advice with the Judgment card. Decisions. What do I do about so-and-so? Go and ask Doria. Doria will tell him. It's a very powerful card. And so there we have it. Very direct answers coming through in this reading. And some huge cards also showing up. Lots of major arcana showing up. So this is big in his life. So Doria, definitely a very powerful influence when it comes to decisions. What should I do about so-and-so? Should I phone Pa? Should I write Catherine a "so sorry you're sick" note and wish we could be friends again? No. That's me speculating, but I am only speculating here, of course. That allegedly light flashing brightly. How about Megan? How powerful is her hold over him? Ace of Swords. It's two things. It's very negative, because the Ace of Swords is about truth and clarity, seeing things clearly, being very decisive, being very insightful. Incisive, is that a word? I've gone blank. It's in reverse. So truth is lies, and lies is truth. It's deceptive. That's my opinion. That's how I'm reading this card. So he doesn't see clearly. She stopped him from seeing clearly about things. She stopped him seeing the wisdom of things and the truth of things. That's the one energy that's coming through. Another energy that's coming through this Ace of Swords in reverse is that he wants to block it and cut it out. Ace of Swords. He's very enthralled to Doria still. And that might be the key to why this marriage, so-called marriage, is still standing technically on paper. That influence that he is not necessarily ready to let go of. Interestingly, but Megan's influence down here, that's Doria's hold over him. Megan's hold over him is negative in the sense of stopping him from seeing things clearly, but also he might just want to cut it away. Now, I think Doria's a Virgo. They might get on at that kind of level because there are some similarities between them in the way that they think. And no disrespect to Virgos. I have a ton of Virgo in me. So I'm not saying that in a disparaging way at all. I'm just saying that they might have connected at some level, at a level that Harry was lacking in his birth family, lacking that energy somehow. So let's see if he's trying to break free from this influence. Is he? I've got the King of Cups in reverse. He's certainly no longer emotionally invested in the situation. And I would say that's with Megan. King of Cups. He's no longer receptive to her emotional games that she likes to play. I've seen that King of Cups with her recently when we've been looking at the state of their relationship, I've seen her trying to manipulate, trying to get him back on sides emotionally. People speculate that that's why she wore that red dress to the Children's Hospital gala recently. He's having none of it. He's gone cold on this situation, and he's just not falling for it anymore. How's his soul doing? Got the Ace of Wands. That chimes with what this woman was saying. We've got the King of Wands in reverse here, the red head. There is the wand that's now upright. So something has happened in his soul. It's a new start, it's fire, it's passion, it's light. Something has been ignited in him that was snuffed out somewhere along the line. So much as you might loathe him and think very negatively of him for all the horrible things that he has done, there is something that has caught fire in him, and I would say very recently. Some people point back to that Colombia trip where he looked so sour and was sitting at the children's table at that embarrassing lunch where Megan was holding forth and everything was about her, and Harry was sitting glumly sort of poking his food like a scowling teenager. It had that kind of a vibe. Something's happened. So will he succeed in breaking free? I've got the Seven of Wands. It's a self-defense card. It's not an escape card, but it tells me that he is on the defensive now. So there is something going on. There is some awareness that there is a toxic situation in him. I'm surprised old Scratch didn't show up. Didn't need to, really. It's not giving me that kind of energy today. It's giving me much more basic, materialistic energy. It's not giving me real psychic kind of horror show energy, which is interesting. It's giving me that base level grasping, greedy kind of energy. That's the pursuit of power and money and influence and fame and fortune. And Seven of Wands is a very defensive energy. It tells me that he might now really be aware of influence over him and able to resist it, more able to resist it, whether because he has got reinforcements around him now that are better advisors, more favorably, more invested in actually looking after him. I don't think he's somebody who is very capable of looking after himself, because we have the Strength card in reverse. This is the problem. Megan isn't the problem. This is the problem. Right there. That's my opinion. That's the reading. Thanks for watching. Good luck to all of you caught in very terrible weather events at the moment, and I'll see you again tomorrow.